Share my screen, just give me a minute. Hope my screen is visible, guys. Yes or no? Is it visible? Yes, visible. Okay, fine. Okay, so we will first start by going over the syllabus to establish clear expectations before we dive into the subject of business relationships. Okay, so our journey will commence with an introduction to business intelligence and an overview of what of the Power BI. Okay, so we will cover installation process, core concepts, key features, and the layout of the Power BI interface. Okay, so in that we will cover these things. Okay, next we will explore how to import and transform the data using Power BI's built-in ETL tool called as the Power Query Editor. Okay, so we will learn like how to connect Power BI with a variety of data sources, and we'll also discuss the storage options such as import mode, direct query mode. Okay, and there is also one called as the live connection. Okay, so we will discuss all these things. Okay, additionally, we will utilize data cleansing methods. Okay, like here, like the cleaning, trimming, removing of the unwanted columns and the rows, like all these things. So we will discuss all this thing in the Power Query Editor. Okay, then we will also discuss some like we will also discuss about the folder based imports. Okay, which is called as the that was called as the import from folder. Okay, so we'll see creating custom columns as well and generating summary tables as well. Okay, so these things we will be going to discuss within the Power Query Editor. Okay, so once the data has been cleaned, okay, so we will proceed to the data modeling. Okay, so in this section, but before proceeding to this section, okay, like before proceeding to this data modeling section, okay, so we will understand some key data warehousing concepts. Okay, after that, we will focus on what the building and managing relationships between the tables, understanding the cardinalities. Okay, and also we will discuss about the cross filter directions between the tables. Okay, so we will also look into activating and deactivating the relationships to finalize our modeling section. So all these things we will do in the data modeling section. Okay, then once that is done, okay, once the data modeling is done, so we will dive into DAX. Okay, uh, we will discuss about this data visualization after the DAX. Okay, so after data modeling, we will dive into the DAX. Okay, so which is the primary language for making the calculations and measures in Power BI. Okay, and is known as the data analysis expressions. Okay, so we will start by what? We will start by understanding the row context, the filter context. Okay, which are two basic concepts that determine how DAX evaluates expressions. Okay, and this is very important. Like understanding row context and filter context is very important. So, okay. Then we will create the calculated columns. Okay, we will also create the measures. Okay, and we'll also discuss about the difference between the implicit and the explicit measures. Okay, which this thing, the difference between the implicit and explicit measures, which are generally asked in the interviews. Okay, so we will discuss that as well. Okay, then we will examine important DAX functions. Like here it has mentioned, like we will discuss about the aggregate functions. Okay, the iterator functions, the sum x, average X related etc. Okay. So these functions we will be going to discuss. Okay. Then we will also discuss about the logic functions such as if functions, switch functions. Okay. And we will also discuss about the different versions of quant functions. Okay. Then we will come on to this calculate function. Okay. For applying and modifying filters, which is very important. This calculate function. Okay. So we will discuss about this as well. Okay. And also we will discuss about the all function, all selected function, all except selected value, all these things we will going to cover again in the DAX section. Okay. Then we will also discuss about the table functions, logical concatenations, okay, logical functions, the OR operators and the AND operators, the concatenate operators. We will discuss all those things. Okay. And then we will also discuss about the time intelligence functions. Like if we have to create a date dimension table, okay, then what are all the time intelligence functions can be used to create such table? So we will discuss those things as well. Okay. And we will also discuss about the summarize function, okay, like to create a summary table. Okay, fine. Additionally, we will learn to like I said, we will learn to build a date dimension table. Okay. And also we will see how we can use the summarize function for summary tables. Okay. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So all these things we will discuss in the DAX. Okay. So thus by the end of this section, you will have a solid grasp of DAX to perform advanced calculations and drive insights within the Power BI. Okay. Then we will move on to the this data visualization part. Okay. Uh, this part, okay, or this section, we will start by familiarizing ourselves with various visual types, okay, and learning how to choose the best one according to the data and its context, okay, like which visual should I use for the given text context, okay, or the data context, okay. We will first see that, okay, then we will explore and like we will explore the several standard visuals, okay, such as the table visual, bar charts, clustered column charts, okay, and also we will see the line charts, the pie charts, and the donut charts, okay. All these things we will be going to discuss in very much detail, okay. And we will also learn how to enhance report, okay, by using the custom visuals, okay. Like these custom visuals. Uh, we will get these custom visuals from the third party app. Okay. So that as well we will discuss. Okay. So beyond basic visuals, we will explore advanced functionalities. Okay. Like the conditional formatting. Okay. We will also see the bookmarks, how we can use the bookmarks for interactive navigation. Okay. And we will also discuss about the page navigation. Okay. And thus, we will also see different types of chart like the waterfall charts, how we can create them. Okay. So these are the things. So these functionalities are essential for building engaging and interactive dashboards that convey insights clearly. Okay. Then after doing the data visualization, okay, we will explore the Power BI service part. Okay. So this Power BI service is nothing but a Claude platform, okay, which is the Claude-based platform used for publishing, or what we can say, distributing and collaborating our work, okay, with our colleagues or the organizations, okay. So first of all, we will begin with like the licensing options available in the Power BI. Like there are three types of license: free license, pro license, and the premium license. Okay. After that, we will understand to create the workspaces, okay, how to build the reports, okay, building dashboards and packaging them into apps, okay. And we will also cover like the data gateways, okay, like how we can set up the data gateways and configuration. Okay, that is very important to do the schedule refresh. Okay, so then we will also see how to set up the schedule refresher and handle the data flows. Okay, in the Power BI section part, we will see the differences between data flows and the data sets. Okay, then uh, after saying all these things, okay, we will also discuss about one more important thing that is called as the row level security, okay, which is also called as the RLS. Okay, so through this section, we will be able to manage and distribute Power BI content effectively in a real world environment. Okay, then the next section is alongside concept learning. Okay, we will build a complete end-to-end BI project. Okay, by applying everything mentioned in the course. Okay, so we will also cover a wide range of interview questions, including conceptual topics and scenario-based problem solving. Okay, so this course offers you practical experience and helping you confidently face real world challenges and interviews. Okay, so this concludes the overview of the Power BI syllabus. Okay, so please feel free to ask any questions you may have about it. Any questions regarding the syllabus? Yes or no? Yes. Mhm. Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Hush.
Now it's good.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
So, end of the course, are we able
Mhm.
to attend any kind of Power BI interview or just a basic level?
You can crack the Power BI interview. You will be ready for any interviews related to Power BI.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Okay, fine then. Let's proceed now. Okay. Now let's begin by understanding the concept of business intelligence. Okay. Okay. So talking about the business intelligence, okay, which is the foundation of the Power BI. Okay. In simple terms, BI involves gathering of raw data and converting it into valuable, actionable insights. Okay. So here on the left portion of this slide, okay, we can see a simple data table, okay, that includes dimensions and the measures, okay. So from this, we can say that the table seems complex and we will fail to like offer any distinct conclusions, okay, from this table, okay. So this is the point where we use the business intelligence to change the raw data of this type into a visually rich insights. Okay. If you consider these three visuals, okay, the first type, okay, it indicates year-to-date sales, okay, which are $11.53 million, okay, reflecting a slight decrease that is of 0.8. If we will consider this second type, okay, this represents what? The top five products according to the YTD sales. Talking about this third type, okay, it is representing a map illustrating the geographical spread of sales among states. Okay, so these visuals transform plain numbers like this. Just give me a minute. Okay. What I was saying, like these visuals, okay, they are transforming what these numbers into a meaningful insight, pointing out trends, leading performers, areas that are underperforming. Okay, so business users can now quickly grasp what is effective and where to focus. using these visuals. Okay. So in short, business intelligence is the method of turning raw, organized data into understandable visual insights. Okay. To help in decision making. Hope it is clear. Fine. You guys can reply, make this session interactive. Okay. Now, let's examine the high level, like what we can say, high level architecture of business intelligence. Okay. So the general BI architecture, okay, tends to follow a consistent pattern, irrespective of whether the organization is a multinational corporation or a small enterprise. Okay. So the fundamental components and their sequence are constant, like the data is gathered, processed, is stored, analyzed, and finally visualized to support business decisions. Okay. So everywhere we will follow the same flow. Okay. So the process or the architecture starts from this left hand side. Okay, here we can see these things. Okay, where the data is stored from a wide range of system, like the data is getting imported from wide range of systems. Okay, these sources may be a RDBMS, like the relational databases, or it can be Excel or the Access databases. It can be flat or text files, or it could be any other data sources. Okay, so this varied collection of data inputs, okay, establishes the foundation of a solid BI solution. Okay, so which allows organization to consolidate and analyze information from multiple channels for better decision making. Okay, so thus when after the data is like has been collected, okay, then the data is moved to the staging area, okay, which is where the ETL, okay, procedure is executed. Okay, so ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. Okay, so let's quickly review each component of this ETL. Okay, so E stand for extract. Okay, so this phase consists of gathering raw data from numerous sources like Excel files, flat files, RDBMS data. Okay, the main objective is to retrieve data from its various locations and consolidate it in a one central place. Okay. So after the data has been extracted, okay, the raw information is cleaned, standardized, and modified into the necessary format. Okay. So this transform process, okay, involves fixing inconsistencies. Okay, they also include the handling nulls or errors, and also we can do like the preparing the data for analysis in the transform section. Okay, so the goal is to ensure the data is clean, accurate, consistent, and ready for use. Okay, for the analysis. Okay, so this ETL phase, okay, often called as the staging environment, okay, and is vital for preparing data before it proceeds through the BI pipeline. Okay, so it acts as the foundation for the what we can say as like the foundation for the BI pipeline. Okay, so once the data has been transformed, okay, as per the requirement, okay, it will be then loaded into a data warehouse, okay, a central system that brings together data from various sources. Okay, a data warehouse, like it is not a single application, but a combination of tools, technologies, and methods, okay, that collectively form a single repository of clean and standardized data. Okay, so does this warehouse, okay, acts as the single source of truth for the organization. Okay, so inside the data warehouse, data is usually arranged by the business domains. Okay, like it could be a finance, HR, or operations, or anything, inventory, anything it could be, okay, depending on the company's organizational layer. Okay, so to support more focused analysis, the warehouse can be partitioned into data marts. Okay, like suppose a finance data mart, okay, is for what? Is for financial reporting. The HR data mart is for the employee related analytics. Okay. And if we will consider the operations data mart, it is for supply chain or production metrics. Okay. So these domain specific marts, okay, simplify the process of accessing and analyzing relevant information efficiently. Okay. Then after the data mart has been created, okay, the data marts have been created, okay, so the final stage in the business intelligence architecture is the use of BI tools for creating reports and visualizing the data, okay, like here these BI tools, okay, can be any BI tool. It could be a Power BI, a Tableau, a ClickSense, Grafana, okay, so this could be any BI tool. Okay. So for example, if we are analyzing the manufacturing and operational data, okay, so one would connect to the appropriate data mart to construct dashboard and reports. Okay. Applications like Power BI Desktop, okay, allow us to display this data visually. Okay, which makes it simpler for stakeholders to understand trends and make well-informed decisions for the business growth. Okay. So this includes the high-level summary of BI architecture, okay, covering the process from, sorry, like it covers the process from initial raw data intake to insightful reporting. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions regarding this. Okay. Okay, no questions, then we can proceed further. Okay, fine. Then if we will talk about the data warehouse, okay, like within the central repository, that is the data warehouse, various kind of data are kept, like with each type of serving a distinct function. Okay, so talking about this metadata. Okay, so it refers to descriptive information about the data, that is its structure, source, and attributes. Okay, so it is useful for understanding and managing the data efficiently. Okay, talking about this summary data. Okay, or also we can call it as summarized data. Okay. Okay. So this is an aggregated or consolidated data, okay, for high level reporting. So it is categorized by dimensions like time, location, or product type to support strategic analysis. Okay. And talking about this raw data, okay, so this includes detailed unprocessed information from daily business activities. For example, the sales record, the customer interactions, or inventory changes, okay, which offers the finest level of all detail for insights. Okay, so all these data types, okay, the metadata, summary data, and the raw transactional records are systematically arranged within the data warehouse and further divided into the data marts based on the business domains. Okay, for example, as I said, the sales data mart, it holds the data related to the sales. Okay. Marketing data mart, it includes data on marketing campaigns and the leads. Okay. Talking about this employees data mart, it is a repository for HR and employee related data. Okay. So this domain wise segregation, okay, enhances both the ease of data access and the effectiveness of reporting, in enabling each department to concentrate on the information most relevant to their function. Okay. That's why these data warehouse are needed. Okay. Then let's now explore why business intelligence and BI tools are significant and which tools are widely used in this industry. Okay. So the issue is that raw or unstructured data, okay, such as the flat files or the flat tables, okay, or long list, okay. So these things, okay, are frequently challenging to understand or analyze. Okay. So BI tools solve this problem. by converting such data into understandable, interactive visual representations. Okay, so this process of converting raw data into meaningful information, okay, is the fundamental purpose of business intelligence. Okay. Some of the well-known BI tools, okay, in the market are the Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, Alteryx, MSBI, SAP BI, and there is also a few more like the Spotfire, Grafana, and etc. Okay, so among these, okay, the Power BI is recognized as the most frequently used tool. Okay, because this Power BI, okay, it supports integration with 100 plus data sources, okay, providing great flexibility to users. Okay, it also supports native connectivity to Microsoft 365 apps like Outlook and Teams. Okay, another benefit of this Power BI we can say is like using Power BI is its improved analytical and governance capabilities through Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so we will explore the Power BI's features and integrations in more detail later on. Okay, for the time being, just know the BI tools are essential for transforming the data into decisions. Okay, hope it is clear till now. So now, if we will proceed further, then we will see that. Just give me a minute. Okay. So we will see in recent times, Power BI has achieved widespread popularity due to its strong capabilities in data analysis and visualization. Okay, like it's important to recognize that Power BI is not just one application. It is a collection of interconnected tools that functions together to support the entire BI process. Okay, so these tools give users the ability to connect. Okay, they can also clean, model, and visualize the data. Okay, and also they can share those data as well. Okay, using the Power BI service. Okay. So let's look at the core components. Okay, that make the Power BI ecosystem. Okay, each having the specific role. Okay, talking about this Power BI desktop. So the first one is Power BI desktop, which serves as which serves as our main development hub. Okay. Also used in handling data connection, importing the data, ETL tasks, data modeling, visual design, and in-depth analysis. Okay. Through this Power BI desktop, we can do all these things. Okay. So it is the primary tool where the whole report creation process happens. Okay. So this is what we install in our system. This is what we will be going to install in our system. That is the Power BI desktop. Okay, we will discuss that how we can install and all these things. Okay. Then second one is the Power BI service. Okay, which is nothing but the cloud-based application. So here in the Power BI service, we can publish, share, and collaborate our reports. Okay. So in Power BI service, we can schedule data refreshes and we can create and manage workspaces and apps. Okay. Basically, it's a cloud-based application or the platform where we can share our work which we have done in the Power BI desktop. Okay. So this is what the Power BI service is. Okay. Then we have the Power BI mobile app. Okay. So this Power BI mobile app, okay, which is designed for access on the go, okay, enables users to view reports and dashboards and stay connected from any location. Okay. So, and one thing about this Power BI mobile app is that this is read-only platform. Okay. like editing and development is not possible with this application. It is made especially for the smartphones or the tabs. Okay, we cannot develop or generate anything, or like we cannot edit anything using this Power BI mobile app. This is just for uh, interacting with the work which has been done in the Power BI. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Then we also have the Power BI report server. Okay, so which is an option for companies that need an on-premises deployment. Okay, instead of cloud-based one. Okay, so it permits the hosting and management of Power BI reports on a company's local infrastructure. Okay, guaranteeing full control over the data. Okay, so this makes it suitable for business that have strict data security or compliance regulations. Okay, so thus we will use this Power BI servers. Okay, okay, when we want all the things in our local system, like in our local servers or the local premise. Now, then we have the Power BI Report Builder. Okay, so Power BI Report Builder is a specialized tool for designing paginated reports. Okay, so these and this is just like an app, like this Power BI Desktop. This is just like an app. Okay, we can install this app and we can create a paginated report. Okay, so in this paginated report, it will be highly formatted, printable documents. Okay, often using operational or regulatory reporting. Okay, so thus, if you want to print, it is just like a ready to print thing. Okay, if you want to print the reports, we will install this Power BI report printer and it will print up paginated reports. That's it. Okay. So collectively, these parts, okay, create a comprehensive end-to-end BI platform that supports everything from data preparation and visualization to mobile access and enterprise deployment. Okay. So this is about the different components of Power BI. Is it clear, people? Yes or no? Lies from anyone. So we should use okay. Now, now let's examine how the primary components, okay, of Power BI integrate into the complete BI workflow. Okay. So Power BI desktop. Okay. So we generally use these three components. Okay. Generally, basically we use these two components, but if we want to know the work or like in the remote location, so we can use this Power BI mobile app as well. Okay. But generally we use this Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Okay. So this Power BI desktop is our primary development environment. Okay. It handles what? It handles data connection and import and ETL operations, data modeling. Okay. It also used for creating the visuals. Okay. And deep analysis. Okay. So this is what we will do in the Power BI desktop. In short, it's where the entire report building process takes place. Okay. Here we will do all these steps. Okay. So then we have this Power BI service. Okay. So after developing all the reports and all these things, okay, reports are published to the cloud via the Power BI service. Okay. It is used for sharing the reports and dashboards, managing workspaces, collaborating with teams. Okay, scheduling data refreshes. Okay, all these things we will do in this Power BI service. Okay, and it facilitates distribution and governance. Just understand it like this. Okay. Then finally, we have the Power BI mobile app, which is built for on-the-go access. Okay. So this app allows users to view reports and dashboards. Okay, and stay connected from anywhere. Okay. As I said, it's a view only platform. Editing or development is not supported in this Power BI mobile app. Okay. So each of these elements has a distinct function in the Power BI lifecycle. Okay. So this is about the important components of the Power BI. Okay. So hope it is clear, guys.
Yes.
Fine. Now let's look at the core components that make Power BI a powerful and insightful tool. Okay, like how Power BI gains such popularity. Yeah. That we will discuss. We have already discussed, or we will be going to discuss. Okay, nonetheless, but what are the things again, which is making the Power BI tool powerful and insightful? Okay, so the first thing is data sets. Okay. So a data set is the collection of data that you import into the Power BI for analysis. Okay. It can come from a variety of sources, including Excel, CSV files, SQL databases, or online services such as SharePoint. And there's one more thing, the Salesforce. Okay. So after being connected and imported, okay, so this data set forms the basis for all the reports, visuals, and dashboards. Without data sets, we can do nothing in the Power BI. If the data sets will not be there in the Power BI, so what we will do, what we will visualize, okay, that won't be possible. Okay, so this is the first thing that we have to get into the Power BI. Okay, whether you are using a Power BI desktop or service, you are always interacting with this data sets. Okay, so this data set is very important. Without data set, Power BI is nothing for you. Okay, then we have the visualizations. Okay, so visualizations are like they are just a graphical representations of your data. Okay, like we can visualize your data or our data in the bar charts, the pie charts, line graphs, maps, and many more visuals there are. Okay. So visualizations helps us to identify trends, compare values, and tell data stories effectively. Okay. So then after doing the visualization, then we have this tiles. Okay. So a tile acts as a single container for one visualization within a report or dashboard. Okay. So if we will try to understand this tile, okay. So consider it as a frame. Okay. So every chart, graph, or KPI is shown inside its own tile. Okay. Let me just give you an example like what tiles are. Okay. Suppose here, if I'm using any chart, let's say stack bar chart. Okay. So this area which has been covered by this stack bar chart, and when we will try to put the data into this, okay. So this area is what we call as the tile. Okay. So in this area, it will only show that stack bar chart visual. Okay. So this is what we call as the tile. If we will consider any other visual, like let's say the card visual. Okay, so in this card visual, just give me a minute. Okay, yeah. So this is a card visual. Okay, although these things we will discuss in the visualization part. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm just trying to like explain what the tiles is. Okay, this card visual, it is taking this much of a space. So this, if we will bring any data onto this tile, so in that area only we will have that visuals. Okay, so this area, okay, this container which contains a visual is called what we call is tile. Hope it is clear. Okay. Then we have the reports. Okay, so a report, okay. A report is a collection of visuals arranged across one or more pages. Okay. So each tile holds one visual. Okay. suppose these tiles, if they will have if we will get the data in here, okay, calculated column or the measures, okay, they will hold the visuals. Okay. Then if we will put them together, okay, let's say let me bring another, let's say this chart. Chart, this card visual, okay. Suppose I don't have any data right now, okay. I didn't hold any data right now. Just suppose these are the visuals, okay. There are some values in here in these each of these, okay. So together all these are all this page will be called as the report, okay. And when we have more than one report, okay, so then we can, if this is a report, we have the next page, this is another next report page, all this collectively will be called as the report, okay. So this is what the report is. Hope it is clear. Okay. Last one. Now, next thing is the dashboards. Okay. Next is the dashboards. Okay. So the terms report and dashboards are often used synonymously in the industry. Okay. But the Power BI treats them differently. Okay. Especially in the Power BI service, where we will discuss the Power BI service model. Okay. In that we will get to know what is the difference between this reports and dashboard. Okay, so both these reports and dashboards will display the visuals, but their structure, purpose, and behavior, okay, are distinct. Okay, so just to give you an overview, okay, so reports come from the Power BI desktop and can have multiple pages. Okay, but talking about this dashboards, okay, this dashboard will be a single page canvases, okay, that pin visuals from multiple reports. That's it. Okay, so that is the difference. We will see the difference when we will do the hands-on. Okay, so we will go into the detail during the Power BI service module. Okay, so now it's important to remember that in Power BI, reports are not same as the dashboards, even though both display the visuals. Okay. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes.
Now, let's discuss the four views available in the Power BI desktop. Okay, although they are on four now. Okay, but mainly we will work on the first three. Okay, I will tell you why. Okay, so when you launch the application, okay, the Power BI desktop here for your reference, I have just opened. Keep it open. The Power BI desktop. Okay. So when you will launch the Power BI application, okay, so you are represented with this interface, okay, which is having multiple views, as you can see here onto the left hand side, okay, each designed for a particular function in the report creation workflow, okay. So as you can see, the first one is when I'm hovering my cursor over this first one is saying that report view. The second one is showing as table view. The third one is model view. The next one is DAX view. Okay, so let's try to understand the functionality of each of these views. Okay, now talking about the report view. Okay, so this is the default view where you will create and arrange your visuals. Okay, it's used for creating reports by adding charts, slicers, pie chart, donut chart, or card visuals, anything, or any other visuals. Okay. So as I've shown you, this is what is the report view. This thing is the report view. Okay. So we will spend most of our time here while building the reports. Here we will build the reports. Okay. Then next one is what? Next one is the table view. Okay. So this table view, okay, this is also known as the data view. Okay, so it displays the actual data tables. Okay, you have loaded or transformed in the Power BI. Okay, so here, if I will go here, right now it will show empty because I haven't imported any data. Okay, so in this, when you will import any data table, okay, so here you will see the tables. Okay, and you can here apply the filters to the records and check the quality of your data. Okay, so it is helpful for validating the underlying data before or after the modeling. Okay, so this is about the table view or the data view. Okay, the next one. Okay, so the next one is what? Next one is the model view. Okay. Talking about this next one, as we can see, the model view is showing. So this view displays the relationships between your data tables. Like if you have multiple tables, okay, you will be going to have multiple tables even in any project. Okay, so it will show the relationships between your tables. Okay, how they are linked with each other through common keys or columns. Okay, so this it's act as a visual representation of your data model, displaying joins, filter directions, and cardinalities. Okay, which we will cover in detail in the data modeling section. Okay, so model view is essentially for understanding the relationship between the tables, like which table is joined with which table. Okay, so those things we will see in this model view. Okay, finally, we have the DAX query view, okay, which was I think it was added at later point of time in Power BI Desktop around December 2023. Okay, so this DAX query view it is created for composing and verifying DAX formulas. Okay, so when you will write the DAX formula, okay, like you will write the DAX formula while creating the calculated columns or measures. Okay, so to compose and verify DAX formulas, we will use this DAX query view. Okay, so it allows you to observe the outcomes of calculated columns, measures, and aggregations in real time. Okay, so it's particularly useful for debugging DAX logic and understanding how your formula behave with the data. Okay, and like think of it as a scratchpad for DAX experimentation. Okay, so that's it. This is these are the views. Okay, so just to summarize this. Okay, so a report view is for creating and viewing your visual reports. Okay, the table view, okay, is for viewing the actual data tables which is existing in your Power BI. Okay, then we have the model view. It is for okay. So talking about this model view, it is for understanding what the relationship between the tables. Okay. Then we have the DAX query view. It is for testing and analyzing what DAX expressions. Okay. So this covers the four main views in the Power BI text. Okay. I hope it is clear, people. So, guys, it is clear. Hello. Are you guys there or not? Hmm. Okay, fine then. I will conclude this session now. Okay, and we will discuss more things about this Power BI. Okay, in tomorrow's class. Okay, so fine then. I will stop now. And if you guys have any doubt or any question, you guys can ask. Okay. If no questions, then we can drop off. Okay, so fine then. It was great teaching you guys. Okay, so we'll connect tomorrow. Till then, bye and take care. Okay, bye.